back. Next week, the U.S. Army is doing something special. They are doing a virtual hiring campaign, and their goal is to hire 10,000 new soldiers. Joining us now this morning is a friend to the show. Please welcome back Captain Wes Shanego of the U.S. Army. He is actually the New Orleans Recruiting Company commander, and he is here to tell us more about the push for this hiring. Welcome back, Wes.
Malik, thank you for having me again.
Of course, you are so wonderful to have on the show. Let's talk about it. People, if you are watching and looking for a job, again, the Army is hiring. 10,000 soldiers is what you all are looking for. Tell us about these national hiring days.
Okay, so time is of the essence, Malik, so we're going to jump right in. All right, this National Hiring Day is running from June 30th to July 2nd, and it's an all-out Army effort to inspire individuals to consider military service. Our goal right now is 10,000 soldiers. We'd like to recruit 10,000 soldiers to serve in over 150 different occupations in the Army. Army leaders and recruiters across America are encouraging people to reach out now. I think a lot of the time, people think about the Army and they think about the obvious, right? Pulling triggers, shooting cannons, riding the tanks. But the Army right now is interested in getting people interested in some of the other occupational specialties that we have.
Very cool. What are some of those career paths? Because a lot of times I think that I have to go to war, I'm going to have to pull a trigger, but there are many other different career opportunities with the Army, right?
Right, exactly. So the vast majority of the Army is comprised of support soldiers. And anyone who supports, I mean, you could be in any number of different jobs. We're talking about medical community jobs. We're talking about people who operate unmanned aircraft systems, people who are cryptological linguists or psychological operational specialists. All these individuals comprise the support community, and the Army is looking to reach out to different individuals who are specifically suited for those jobs.
I love that. Again, if you're looking for a job, this might be the best way for you. Let's talk about it. How do people do it? If I'm watching right now and I'm interested in this, how do I go about signing up? Who's hosting these national hiring dates?
Okay, so the last 3 months have been challenging for America, and that includes the Army and the recruiting community. We've adapted to the current environment by focusing our recruiting efforts on the virtual space. And when I say that, I'm just talking about virtual recruiting on Instagram or Facebook. Right now, if you wanted to get involved with the Go Army hiring days, you would go to www.goarmy.com/hiring days and just sign up there.
Amazing. And you're seeing right here on your screen right now, as you can see, if you join the Army, there are some incentives. Talk a little bit about that for us. Do I see $65,000 in student loan repayment?
Right, and that's just the tip of the iceberg, Malik. Like you get this $2,000 bonus right off the bat if you join during the Army hiring days incentive. But that $40,000 bonuses, those are spread out across different MOSs depending upon how long you decide to join or what MOS you decide to join in. That's $65,000 in student loan repayment. That's great on the front end, right? But you can earn even more if you use your GI Bill after your Army service. Plus, the Army has like a tuition assistance program, which I'm currently using to pay for my graduate school education. And that's separate completely from student loan repayment and the GI Bill. So there are dozens of different ways that you can underwrite your life by just serving in the Army for a 3 or 4 year contract.
And it's amazing because, of course, a lot of people who are 18 these days are a part of Generation Z. You all are doing some amazing things to reach out to them and help recruit them, like fitness challenges and all that stuff. Real quick, I want to know, since you've been in the Army for quite a while, tell us why you love serving our country.
Well, so I think the common misconception is that when you put this uniform on, it all of a sudden changes you. That's not necessarily the case. For me, it took me 2 or 3 years before I really understood the value of Army service. And I think that happened when on one of my more recent deployments, I had a section of young people. And again, I'm 36 years old, so I am on the front end of the millennial generation. And a lot of my soldiers were 18, 19, 20 years old, definitely Gen Zers, right? Different from me. They grew up different from me. And I think it's common for people of my age to look at younger people and to say to themselves, that generation is different from us, and here's what makes us different. What I noticed during that deployment specifically is that those young people represented the best of America. They were
It
better
is
than
great.
me.
It is great for sure. I'm so sorry to cut you off. We are out of time. I love talking to you, my friend. But look, you all, if you want more information about this, just head over to goarmy.com/hiring days, or you can text join to go Army.